Hi everyone, this is Karma Lichty-Baumann with Onward Studios. In this Photoshop tutorial, we're going to look at how we can change color in an image. I have two images here that we will go through these steps to do this. We're going to start with the red tulips. We're going to change these red tulips to, let's say, a yellow color. I have my image open. I'm going to go to my Layers panel over on the right side. I'm going to add an adjustment layer. You can add an adjustment layer via these little icons up here in the adjustments panel. You can also click on this little black and white circle at the bottom of the Layers panel and we're going to choose Hue, Saturation, Adjustment Layer. That's going to add a layer above your image. And the really neat thing I like about this technique is you don't have to make any selections. You're using the Hue Saturation Adjustment layer to do the selecting for you. In the properties for the Hue Saturation Adjustment layer, I'm going to click on this little hand icon to the left of what now says the Master Channel. You could also do it by color channels here, but I'm going to use this option here and turn that on. I get a little eyedropper tool. I'm going to select a good red in one of these tulips, like so. You don't want to get the really light reds and there, you want to get the really dark reds. Get something in between of the range of, in this case, reds that you want to change. Notice here, as soon as I click with my eyedropper tool, this automatically makes a selection. Then I simply go up to my Hue slider and start sliding it across to the color I want to change it to. In this case, we're going to do a yellow. Now, it's not going to be real clean yet. We're going to finesse this a bit. So that's kind of yellow I'm looking for, but I still see the reds coming through here quite a bit. I'm going to glance down here at where I made this selection, and we have the two, what I would call the in and out points, or the end points, which define how much it's going to change. Then we have a more defined selection inside here. The color inside here are the colors it's changing fully. Anything outside, which are these two areas, it applies some of it. So it's more like a gray mask, if you will. Gray mask, it's not 100% change, but just part of it. And that's what's causing these reds to show through. So I'm going to expand, take this left and slide it to the left a bit to capture some of those yellows that we're not changing. That there looks a bit better. Okay? There's one other one other option you want to check with this adjustment layer. I'm going to click on the mask icon. We have two icons here at the top left of the properties panel. We were in this first one. If I go to the one that has a little hole in the center, the mask, you do want to make up the feather option just a bit, just to soften the edges a little bit. It doesn't have to be much, anywhere from 0.5 to 1, at the most 2 pixels. We'll do that. Okay? So that's how to change color using an adjustment layer. I'm going to turn the adjustment layer off temporarily. That's what it was, and that's what it is now. Okay? Let's just do one more image. I'm going to do this rather quickly. Go and add an adjustment layer with Hue Saturation. I'm going to make my selection after I click on this little hand icon to choose the red. I'm going to change these into, instead of red raspberries, let's do blackberries. Made my selection there. I'm going to turn them down into the dark. That's not getting as dark as I want, so I'm going to go with a dark color, maybe right in there. Then I'm going to use my lightness slider to darken them even more. So maybe they're getting closer to a blackberry, a little too much purple there. Let me adjust my hues a bit. Maybe in there. Yeah, clear this a little bit to get the exact one, but you kind of get the idea of using the different sliders here, hue and lightness. Now let's say we want to keep one of these as red raspberries. Since this is an adjustment layer, I have a mask. Right now it's changing all those colors on the image. If I click on this to bring up my mask, I can now grab a brush tool. I'm going to use a black. Now I want to keep, say this box down here is the red. I'm erasing that part of the adjustment layer in this bottom right. So the black brush will take it away. So I'm going to do the same thing here. If I go and take too much off like that, I can simply go to a white color to bring it, whoops, white color, let me change it right here, and apply that, change again. That's how you can change colors in an image.